Sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters1932.org.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, here on KCAA Broadcasting Network, 1050 AM and 106.5 FM, where we cover over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles. And we are also affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. You can listen to us every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time on any of your favorite podcasts and streaming channels. We are also on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and the Android app. Just subscribe to Building Solid Foundations channel. Once again, I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. I am an author, international speaker, and philanthropist. My nonprofit, The Trueness Project, is dedicated to inspiring truth and authenticity in all aspects of life, especially through storytelling. It is my belief that if you live in authenticity, you will find inner peace, and that is our path to world peace. And I want to share with you that as part of the nonprofit, I donate my little children's book, Gloriousness Around the World, and it is designed to help children process their emotions. I wrote it because I'm an immigrant, and I know what it's like to have a family lose everything and get displaced. And this was my way of sharing the gift of storytelling with children, because once you get the power of words and the power of storytelling, you know that you are the master of your life. Your story is your story. Don't let anybody else create it for you. And that's what this book is all about. And then we're teaching leadership all over the world. And this is my leadership book, The Power of Leadership with M. Teresa Lawrence. And it describes the different leadership styles that people have and the different experiences that people go through. And many people think you just become a leader, and the truth is that struggle is part of leadership. And this book shares stories of struggle and how we learn from them and we evolve. And that's that book. And then I want to share with you the best book ever. It is called The Grand Butterfly Gathering, Wings of Change for a Transformed World. And as you all know, every year at the end of June, I host the largest gathering of people dressed as butterflies in history. We continue our quest for a true world record. But that weekend is also a time to pray for peace. And I invite you all to join us on the last weekend in June, on June 28th, 2025, for our Grand Butterfly Gathering. And with that, especially the prayer for peace, it's a beautiful segue to our guest, John Kurko. John Kurko is the spiritual administrator for the Vision Center for Spiritual Living in San Diego. I met John at a Money and You seminar at his center. It was a beautiful experience. And yes, there are butterflies on the wall of his center. And it was incredible. When I walked in, I said, I'm home. It was so fun to be there, and John is amazing. John moved to San Diego from Michigan in 1987. Where he graduated with a degree in Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, and he got an MIS from Central Michigan University. In 2007, John started the Vision Center for Spiritual Living, which he currently runs, and its mission is to transform lives through practical spirituality. It is a beautiful place, and what a beautiful mission. With that, thank you to the show, John.
Thank you, Teresa. Thanks for having me. So I need to know, what is the world record for butterfly, what'd you call them, outfits?
the largest number of people dressed as butterflies. It stands at 367.
Okay.
But when we had our event last June, we had 5,000 people worldwide dressed up as butterflies, but it wasn't official because you need to be in an official outfit.
Got it.
With all these requirements.
Got it.
And we didn't make those, but I still declared a Trueness Project world record because, that's how we roll.
There you
But
go.
this year, I know that you will be involved
I will,
in
and
your
our
own,
center will be for sure. Yes, yes,
with your
yes.
own butterfly event.
Yes.
I want you to share with the audience what happens at your center, because all of these fabulous things, like I just was having a conversation with you, concerts happen at your center. This happens. The Money and You conference happens.
Yeah. Yeah, so Vision, we currently, we're a Center for Spiritual Living, so our main idea is to transform lives through practical spirituality. That's what we teach, that's what we are. And we do that through classes and Sunday celebrations where we bring fantastic music together and a great word and meditation and all kinds of wonderful things that to help people along for the week. One of the things I always talk about is we are inundated with a lot of information that sometimes isn't helpful for us. So Sunday mornings are a refresher to get your week going, to get you on the right path, to be thinking the right things, to take care of yourself. So that's what we do at Vision. And because of that, we do other things like we do concerts and workshops and things like that to support that theme.
So is Vision non-denominational?
We are a non-denominational organization. We're not religious. We're spiritual, we would say. So we don't work with the dogma of a lot of religions. We're more of a way of life. It's a way of living a positive way of seeing the good in life, and that's what we do.
And when you say it's a way of transforming your life,
Yeah.
that mindset of positivity,
Yeah.
of vision, is your path, and that's what you're trying to share with other people in the community. I want you to share your vision of your life with the audience, and I bring this up because John is so fascinating. I sat with him and we talked about his life, and I was just like, wow, wow, wow. He is so positive and so amazing. And he runs this center, and it's non-denominational. And I bring that up because I had a whole event that was a non-denominational prayer for peace. It is so important. I think religion is beautiful, but I do think it's many people's path to peace, but it's also very divisive in some ways. My religion is better than your religion, this, that, and the other. And being non-denominational is beautiful. But I want to talk about John. Because you are so much more than what you do. So I sat down with John, and he told me about his family and how he's a single dad.
I am.
And he had adopted a beautiful child that has a mental illness. And I want you to share that story of adoption and your journey with your son, because I have a brother with mental illness. And it was beautiful to share our experiences. And I think many people in the audience, everybody has somebody suffering with mental illness in their life. And so this is a very powerful story, and I wanted you to share.
Thank you. And it's true. Everybody has someone in their life that we know that is struggling with or has a mental disorder. And so I had made a decision early, maybe 2000s, that I wanted to become a mentor for somebody, a young person, not really planning on going any further than just become a mentor for them. And so I went through the county and things to take classes to become a mentor, to be able to be properly represent myself and the county. And so I met this young guy, and he was 9 years old, and he was in a group home, and he had been through about probably 15 different placements, homes, group homes, and just not succeeding at all. Where I found him, where he was at a group home. And so I met Jay that one day, and interesting enough, I met the director months before because a friend of mine had joined it first, and she goes, "I've got the perfect person for you, the perfect kid." And I didn't know what she was meaning, but the county actually somehow got me connected with him, and he was that guy. And I had made a decision when I was adopting. I talked to the county and said, well, what happens if I don't get along with that young person? They said, well, you can go get another one. And I just said to myself, right. There's just no way in the world I'm doing that. I said, whoever this person is, God's given to me, and I'm going to go ahead and take this. And so that was my guy. So as soon as I met him, I'm like, okay, you and I are now connected.
Isn't that lovable? It like makes you want to cry. It's like you adopt, that's your child.
It's my guy. So now I'm just a mentor. I'm just working with him, and so I get to know him. So every Friday night, I would go over and see him. Now, it's the only connection he had with anybody outside. His family and stuff were challenged on their own level, and so I was the connection to the outside for him. And interesting enough, within the first 3 months, we went to the Target store and he stole something, and so I made him bring it back to the store. And what we did is I told him that was wrong and in the back of the car. Well, what he did is he wanted to get rid of me because in his life everybody's always abandoned him. So what I did is I said, I'm not leaving. And so he told his group home that he didn't want to see me anymore. I said, okay. And I said, I'll sit in the parking lot on Friday and I'll wait for you. I said, and I'll be there the next Friday, and I'll be there the next Friday after that. And that's what I did. And so finally he came back, and he came back and said, okay, let's do this. In other words, you're not giving up on me, I'm not giving up on me or you either. And so I got to really know him really well. And for a 3-year period, I just met him all the time. And then I said, okay, let's have you come in as a foster kid. So I brought him in as a foster child.
Okay, with that, yes. It's beautiful, and I want to share how beautiful it is because, I'm an immigrant, and, when we got to the U.S., we were all separated. So I have that abandonment issue. And for you to prove to this child that you weren't going anywhere, that's really powerful. Yeah. So, and with that, it's time for a break, but when we come back, we're going to continue the story. It is such a beautiful story. Thank you, John, for sharing it. All right, we'll be right back.
Meet M. Teresa Lawrence, a beacon of hope and transformation whose life's works spans continents. Born in Cuba and celebrated for her philanthropic work, Teresa's journey reflects her dedication to empowering communities globally. Through her Leadership of Play coaching program in Jackson, Wyoming, and literary works like Gloriousness, she encourages a unique approach to leadership, embracing creativity, collaboration, and a childlike wonder for resilient, authentic living. Join her event, the Grand Butterfly Gathering, for a transformative experience where hundreds of people will gather virtually worldwide and on location at the town square in Jackson, Wyoming, dressed as butterflies. This event symbolizes a beautiful connection between nature's harmony and human unity, and is a great opportunity to raise funds and awareness for children's charities worldwide. Visit our website to register for the Grand Butterfly Gathering now, butterflymarch.com.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I'm your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, and we are here with our guest, John Kurko, who is describing this beautiful story of the adoption of his child. So continue.
Right. So my son. I was a foster dad for 2 years, and then we made the decision to adopt each other. I had told him, I said, I'm not adopting you, we're adopting each other, we're going to do this together, and that's what we did. So we had an adoption party and all that good stuff. So in the meantime,
you did this as a single person.
Single dad, yeah, a single guy. I was just like committed to him.
That's so powerful. I mean,
Yeah.
you've heard the stories of adoption, and you did this as a single dad,
Yeah.
and you went through the whole process.
Yes.
How long did it take?
Probably because you have to go through different courses to become a mentor than to become adoptive or foster dad.
Okay, what courses?
There
Could you
were
share?
I can't remember all the courses
No,
we
sure.
took, but there were multiple courses. First to become, a foster dad, and they, had to go through all of the background checks and all that, and then also how to deal with children and especially younger people. And Julian at the time was 12, and so abandonment issues that he has, and all the other things that happen to young people like him who've been in the foster system as long as he was.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this all around back to vision, because your son has mental issues,
That's correct.
and you're still his dad.
Yes.
You're still all about love and acceptance, and share with the audience that journey of what happened there and the beautiful opening of the heart and acceptance.
So Julian, he got through high school, and when he hit 18, all of a sudden the mental disorder kicked in, and he was diagnosed with bipolar disease, and so he started having challenges dealing with school. He was going to college and stuff, and he was having a really hard time. And from there, he went and experimented with drugs and had a lot of issues. So we were seeing psychiatrists and psychologists and doing everything we could to help support him through this. But as young people go, it's challenging because it's first challenging to say, I have a mental disorder, and accept it, and then be able to deal with it, and then have to take medications and stuff.
I have to stop. So I've had a similar experience. My brother is very much the same.
Right.
And this is so important to share, because all you families out there with family members with mental disorders, it's all about love at the end of the day. And John's story is really powerful. So continue, please.
That's really nice. Thanks.
Yeah.
And so I will tell you, the struggle for the last 8 years has been really hard for me, because he ended up on the streets. He ended up, getting himself in trouble with the police, and now he's actually in prison. And it's because he hasn't been able to deal with taking the medications and dealing with. I still love him. I talk to him all the time. I am in his life. I told him, I'm not giving up on you. I am your dad, and I will be here forever. And that I am here to support you, and I'm going to keep on giving you the tools to help you get through that. And sometimes it takes a little longer for people to get through, and I'm just waiting for him, and just knowing that he will get through this.
Oh, that's such a beautiful story. And now I want you to share with the audience another aspect of your life, because what you just shared is going to help so many people. Because honestly, when you have a family member in that position, there are so many emotions that go through your mind, but you adopted him. You chose him, and you said, I'm not letting go. And you held to it. So, and that part to me is really powerful. When you make a decision to support someone and you held it, and that has to be very important for him in his life. But now I want John to share an aspect of his life that is beautiful, and it's important to share, because there are still people in this world that are ashamed of who they truly are, and John is not. So recently, John came out, and he lives life openly. Could you share? I want you to share the story of, because I don't know how old you are, but I think you're close to my age. And usually,
I'm 30. No.
but people make these life decisions
Yeah.
early on.
Sure.
And so this is a very interesting story, and I want you to start from the beginning and share.
Well, I mean, I think, I'm 61. And so growing up in the 70s as a young person, not understanding anything, sexuality is a challenging thing to figure out for anybody. And for me, it was a really misunderstanding. I just had no idea. I had no clue what's going on with me. I was just confused. So for the longest time, I lived a straight life. And I dated women. I was almost married at one time. And I wasn't unhappy, but I could also tell that, I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't being true to who I really was. And it took me many years. I mean, I have a brother who's gay in my family, and kind of watched how, when he came out, what happened and how the family treated him. And
You didn't want that.
I didn't want that. I pulled back. Society has challenges with gay people. And so there's a lot involved in making that decision. And for me, it was easier just to avoid than to really go into it.
Okay, this is a really important moment, and I want to share this with the audience. There are so many people out there struggling with this issue, and it is easier to lean into the fear and to go for it because, you watched your brother go through it.
Right.
And he was probably really proud that he did that, right?
I'm sure, yes.
And so then share what happened next.
So it took me a long time. I mean, even today, I'm still going through that process. I'm still, but finally I made a decision. I said, I just got to be who I am.
Exactly.
This is
the
who I
point.
am. And it's later in life, and it's okay. It's later in life. I've made a decision that, yep, this is who I am. Love me for who I am. Nobody's not going to love me for who I am. They're just now going to know the more truer person, and that's what I did. So I came out and I told my family. My mom passed away last year, so I was able to talk to her and tell my family and stuff. So
And how did your brother react?
He laughed. He just thought that was funny. He goes, well, and he goes, welcome aboard or something. It wasn't,
that's sweet.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a bad thing or anything. But I have 6 brothers and a sister, or 5 brothers and a sister. So that we have a big family. So, but yeah, I mean, everybody's been loving about it, and and part of the fear of coming out is how will people react to you, right?
And do you feel that your decision to come out now was? Because I think it's different. I think our culture is different now.
Sure.
So
much.
For those of you on the radio, you cannot see his face, but he's going for sure. It is
For sure.
much easier now.
Oh. I mean, you think about like the 80s when I was in high school and college. AIDS was prevalent. We had a lot of discrimination going on, which it has been going on for many moons. And so, as a person who's trying to figure this all out, I was like, I'm running from this. I want nothing to do it. I had made the decision because I did not want to be gay. I did not want to own that.
All right, we need to discuss it.
Okay.
We need to discuss that. So, you knew, really, at some point, long time ago, you knew.
Yeah, right.
And you simply said, no.
No, I'm not doing it. And it wasn't, I was raised a Catholic, but still that was done. I was done with religion when it came to that at 18, but still the guilt of that was still there. There's a lot involved in it, and you're just like, and it wasn't worth the jump for me. So I would just rather sit back and not get involved than to deal. And that's a terrible decision to make, but it was what I did at the time because
it was what was
easy.
right for you at the time.
It sure was. It was easier to do that than to deal with all of the stuff that was going to come at me.
Okay, so in terms of what I do, which is leadership training and all of this, you have to want something more than the pain.
That's right.
That you're going to go through.
That's right.
And at some point, that pain, what you wanted, which was your truth, your authenticity, who you are, and you wanted to shine as who you were, because you're in this spiritual center. You're like you're changing lives
Right.
into authenticity, and you're looking at yourself going,
Am I authentic?
exactly.
Right. Right.
So that's the point, people. Live an authentic life.
Yeah.
So when did that happen? When did that decision you basically said, okay, I'm done here.
Done
I'm
with
gonna be who I am.
It was about 5 years ago, to be honest, and then and slowly just talking. I still haven't told everybody, to be honest.
Well, now you're telling the world.
Now the world. Hello, everybody. I'm out there now. No, I mean, there's just some relations don't know. I mean, but I don't.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I
Right.
would tell. I've told the people that I needed to tell. So yeah, but the rest of the world will now know,
The rest of the world will now know.
and it's all good.
It is all good. I'm on a mission. I think everybody should live in a space of who they really are.
Yes, I agree.
Because when we do that, look at you shining. We're in the next segment. We're going to talk about other projects that he does with Vision. But living in authenticity is where it's at.
Yeah.
You have to be who you really are, and
Right.
share that with the world. And I just think everybody would be so much more productive, would be happy. I mean, you're obviously a much happier person.
Sure. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, because I'm authentic now. Now I'm really who I am. I've always been happy.
Right, right.
On the outside.
Yes, you do.
Inside, there's some things missing.
Right.
That's really what it was about.
So that's a beautiful segue. It's time for us to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Meet M. Teresa Lawrence, a beacon of hope and transformation whose life's works spans continents. Born in Cuba and celebrated for her philanthropic work, Teresa's journey reflects her dedication to empowering communities globally. Through her Leadership of Play coaching program in Jackson, Wyoming, and literary works like Gloriousness, she encourages a unique approach to leadership, embracing creativity, collaboration, and a childlike wonder for resilient, authentic living. Join her event, the Grand Butterfly Gathering, for a transformative experience where hundreds of people will gather virtually worldwide and on location at the town square in Jackson, Wyoming, dressed as butterflies. This event symbolizes a beautiful connection between nature's harmony and human unity, and is a great opportunity to raise funds and awareness for children's charities worldwide. Visit our website to register for the Grand Butterfly Gathering now, butterflymarch.com.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, and now we continue our conversation with John Kirko about his journey and the Vision Center and all the beautiful things that are happening there. But before we start, I want to go back and say that on June 28th, 2025, I am hosting the Grand Butterfly Gathering, which is a worldwide event where I ask the world to pray for peace and, yes, dress up as a butterfly. And I want to remind you all that at the Vision Center, when you enter, there's a whole wall that's covered in butterflies. And honestly, that's how I fell in love with the place. I fell in love with John. But he's going to share with you all if you would, what the center does to celebrate peace and the people you bring in and what you do really to move people in authenticity.
Well, first of all, so the butterfly wall, it's
beautiful.
Do you know what a group of butterflies are called?
Well, two things: a kaleidoscope.
There you go.
I knew
That's
a
right.
kaleidoscope and a flutter.
A flutter. You call them a flutter too.
Yes,
it's really cool.
And we're entering the Flutterverse, you and I.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Are we entering it right now, or do I
No.
have to do something special?
Well, you're going to flutter on June 28th, 2025,
Yes.
and
I'm
then
looking
you'll
forward to that. I want to figure out exactly what we can do. Some prayer.
It's all a personal vision event
Oh, look at there you
where
go.
you inspire people in authenticity
Yes.
to celebrate transformation, which is exactly what we've been talking about in your life,
Which
right?
is what the butterfly does, right?
Yes, yes.
Right? From the cocoon to the beautiful butterfly, and
Yes.
yeah. So at Vision, we're a center for spiritual living. So all year we do all kinds of things, but this month we've been celebrating peace. Obviously, it's so important. Since the war started in Ukraine, we began a process of singing peace songs every month. Every week.
Oh.
So every week we've continued, and we've made a commitment that we will be singing peace songs until those wars are done, including now the one in Israel. So what we're trying to do is we send it out to the universe that peace is what we're looking for. We are peace. We don't pray for peace. We know peace.
Oh,
We
that's beautiful.
are
I have to
peace.
take that on. Okay, I'm taking that from John. So when you see it in my promotions, you know where I got it.
There you go. You can take that. But so peace is what we know. And so this month we've been, my senior minister, Reverend Patty Paris, has been talking about peace. And we sang in our choir yesterday. We had a beautiful song, Reba McEntire song called Pray for Peace. Beautiful song. Our choir sang that. So we do all kinds of things that are related to peace in this month. And so each month we have different themes and different events that we do. But peace is so important. It is so important to send that out to the universe, to let everybody know we are about peace. We're about love. We're
I
about
love
joy.
that we're about peace.
Yes.
So because we've been talking about your journey.
Yes.
Do you feel more peaceful now that you've shared with the world who you truly are?
I think joy is more my world than peace, but yes, I feel more joyful about it. Peace, of course, I'm at peace because I've shared that information now and have been able to be open about it.
Yes,
So,
but you're
yeah.
more joyful.
I am more joyful, yeah, and for us, it's a quality of God. We have in our movement, which is called Centers for Spiritual Living. There's 400 of them across the world. They
So it's not just your
it's
center.
not just our center. We are part of a larger organization who is across the world.
Oh, everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere. I mean, it depends on which countries and stuff, but yeah, they're all over. But we're just called Vision. There's other ones all over the United States, so you can look them up. They're just called Centers for Spiritual Living, and each one of those areas teaches and does the same thing. The movement is started by a gentleman by the name of Ernest Holmes. Ernest Holmes lived in the early 1900s to 1960, and he didn't really want to start a spiritual movement. He just wanted it to teach people how to live a good life.
So, John, you know what I'm thinking? I'm
What's that?
thinking a worldwide movement of butterflies,
I
a
love that.
kaleidoscope,
A
kaleidoscope
There you go.
around the world
There we
with
go.
all of your
We
centers.
have just begun the first step for the worldwide butterfly. I love it. I love it. Yes.
And when you invite singers, or do they invite themselves?
No, so yeah, I organize all of our music is really important for us.
Yes.
It's visceral because you feel it, you hear it, you sing it. There's so much involved in music, as we know. And so, we do concerts and stuff like that at our center as well to give people opportunities to be able to spread more joy, because music is joy. Music, we all do it, right? We sing, we hum, we get stuck with songs.
I just got back from Kenya, and I went to my first Kenyan wedding, and I'd never experienced anything like it.
that would be so cool.
Everybody came in dancing.
Wow.
I too grew up in a Catholic world.
Yes.
Can you imagine the people shimmying in,
I would love
dancing to the beat, then getting married?
Is it drums? A lot of drums?
Everything.
Okay.
It was magical.
Oh.
It was magical. And then when you're done, everybody shimmies into music into the reception. So,
Very cool.
do you hold weddings? at the spiritual
we
center?
do all kinds of weddings.
So
and
I
events,
I would like, what do you? Let's talk about the offerings.
the offerings.
The offerings at the
You
spiritual.
mean like what kinds of things we
Yeah,
do? We do weddings, bar mitzvahs, celebrations of life. We rent the space out for people to do any kinds of events and stuff too. So we do conferences like we do for the group that we met at. And so just all kinds of different things to support the local community for our group, for Vision.
So that is beautiful. So John, the other thing I would like to talk to you about is, I know you teach people meditation.
Yes.
Different types of meditation at the center?
Sure. There's lots of different kinds of meditations, but there's what we teach is just basic meditation, because there's all forms, as you know. I mean, there's lots of different ways of meditating. You can go out into nature, and that's meditation. You could be quiet on a pillow and with your arms crossed and listening to music, or you could be you can meditate in many different ways. So you got to find the area that you're the most comfortable with. And
recently you had a film screening regarding meditation.
We did, and it was with Jack Dispenza, actually the study was done here in San Diego at UC San Diego, and they were studying how meditation actually it helps you to heal yourself physically. That meditation, a daily meditator, helps you to physically heal yourself, to be healthy. And it was such an interesting movie, and I was surprised at how good it was and how much information you got out of it.
So I'm going to go back to leadership and what I do, and all of the leadership books, and the last one I teach is Principles by Ray Dalio.
Okay.
And in it, he said the two most, we're only talking about meditation, but he talked about his leadership style and all of the things that you have to do, living in authenticity, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses, because we're all different, right?
Right.
But the other thing he said is that you must meditate. And when I teach the leadership things, the young people always say, well, I've never meditated before. And it's so interesting now that it's being taught as part of leadership, and it's being taught in the schools, and you're teaching it at the center.
Sure.
And I meditate with a whole bunch of different people, so it's all the different styles. And I like the one that you mentioned about being in nature, because that is beautiful. So does the center organize any trips out into nature, or?
No, we do. We have been part of those kinds of meditation. We meditate every week on a Sunday as part of our celebration. We take 5 minutes and actually meditate right in the middle of our celebration as part of what we do.
And how long is the celebration?
About an hour and 15. Great music, great inspirational word, but also deep when we go into meditation and prayer. And prayer to us is the most important thing we do. On that butterfly wall that we talked about earlier, we have a line there that says prayer changes things, because we believe that prayer is the most powerful thing we can do. And we have at our center many, many practitioners. They are what I call professional prayers. What they
I
do,
love that, professional prayers.
And so when we put a prayer request in, this group of people go and pray. And we know when a larger group of people pray, it's even more strong. It's even stronger, more powerful. The energy coming from that group of people is so powerful.
So it's the power of intention, which goes back to leadership.
That's right.
So for everybody listening, when you set an intention, it's like setting the vision, kind of like the vision center.
Vision, yeah.
You set the vision. This is your goal, and you may not know how to get there, but God sort of puts the steps in, one right after the other.
Right.
And so it is the power of intention, the power of vision, and that's how I did the butterfly event. I didn't know how to do it, and I just put the vision of the event and the powerful intention of a prayer for peace, and then it went around the world. I had 5,000 people dressed up as butterflies or butterfly themed, praying for peace, and it was like you could feel it. That's why I'm curious like you said, it's very powerful when these, I love it, professional prayers. Can you imagine having that as a career choice?
It's, and for me, it is what, when I talk to our group, I say, it is the most powerful thing we do. It is what we do. Music is great, inspirational word, but prayer is what we do, because we know prayer works for people. Because it is about an intention, but it also empowers you to know that I have others who care about me and love me and want to support me, and so it helps you as well.
All right, thank you so much. It's time for a break. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Meet M. Teresa Lawrence, a beacon of hope and transformation whose life's works spans continents. Born in Cuba and celebrated for her philanthropic work, Teresa's journey reflects her dedication to empowering communities globally. Through her Leadership of Play coaching program in Jackson, Wyoming, and literary works like Gloriousness, she encourages a unique approach to leadership, embracing creativity, collaboration, and a childlike wonder for resilient, authentic living. Join her event, the Grand Butterfly Gathering, for a transformative experience where hundreds of people will gather virtually worldwide and on location at the town square in Jackson, Wyoming, dressed as butterflies. This event symbolizes a beautiful connection between nature's harmony and human unity, and is a great opportunity to raise funds and awareness for children's charities worldwide. Visit our website to register for the Grand Butterfly Gathering now, butterflymarch.com.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
And we are back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, and now we continue our conversation with John Kirko about the Vision Center in San Diego. And I'm curious if you're willing to share any transformational stories of the people that have gone to the Vision Center. And in the earlier segment, we were talking about the power of prayer and how amazing it is. I totally believe in the power of prayer. That's why I do my worldwide prayer for peace on June 28th, 2025. And if you could share those transformational stories and then how people can connect with you. But let's start with the stories.
So first I want to mention the movie that was called The Source, about
That
meditation. So I want to make sure I mentioned that because it's a fantastic movie and it's available for viewing. So transforming lives through practical spirituality is what it is our mantra, it is our motto, it is our mission at Vision. And we do that through giving you tools to be able to get through the day, get through the week, get through the month. And transforming lives is what we do. And on a weekly basis is what we do. We also have what we call the Miracle Minute. Miracle Minute is every week somebody on their own just gives us a note of how things happen because of prayer, how it changed their life.
That's beautiful.
Because we can talk all day about it and say, oh yeah, prayer. What we do is we say, show us how it's working. And every week we come up and it could be as simple as, I got this bill for $5,000. I didn't know what was going to happen, and it went away. To I had a diagnosis for cancer, And I went in for tests, and we went in, we put the prayer requests in, we prayed on this, and we found out that the diagnosis was wrong. Or we went in and the treatments are working, or something has changed within themselves. So that's what we do at Vision and prayer, what prayer does. So Vision, each week we do the Miracle Minute, and it's one of my favorite things we do, and it's sharing of information that shows that, yes, it's not just words, it's action.
No, I firmly believe in the power of prayer. I believe that we are surrounded by something big and vast that is protecting us and guiding us, and it's just us.
It's
You know,
greater, it's greater than us.
It is absolutely greater than us, and we just need to tap into it or believe that it's there, because I think the divine is listening to everything that we say. And sometimes people say, my prayers are not answered. But the divine is listening to everything that we think.
Right.
Everything that we think, everything that we say. And if you're coming from that, from a place of fear, and your thoughts aren't joyful and about prayer and intention, they're about that fear, God's listening.
Yes.
He's bringing you what you want, which is that fear. And people don't get that.
We
So-
did one of the things that says, let go, let God. In other words, let God handle this. Now, you don't have to be spiritual religious. We can call it energy. We can call it spirit. We can call it Bob. Whatever you want to call.
Or
this-
Kenny G.
Kenny G, as I've been called. So whatever you want to call this thing, because you don't have to name it. It's just there. It's present. It's always there, and you can tap into that. And it's really about energy. Energy is my word that I use a lot.
Yes.
It's about energy as a people, how we connect, how we, people showing up in a room is so important because you're connected together. If you can't get it together in a room, that's great doing, podcasts and other things like that, but getting together in a room and hugging somebody or just feeling their energy, it's so important. And we've lost a lot of that over these years, and especially some younger people aren't doing it the same way we do it, and I'd love to find ways to get connection with.
To get the younger people in.
Yeah. I don't know how to do that yet. We're still trying to figure it out.
I don't know how to do it either, but I'm trying
Yeah.
in my own personal way
Yeah.
to do that as well. There is a flow of energy that is so beautiful when you pray for peace.
Yes.
And I am so thrilled that you will be joining me for the butterfly event,
Yes.
June 28th, 2025.
Do I have to
People-
wear a butterfly outfit?
Of course.
Of course I do. Okay.
Of course.
So I'll have to pick one out. I have no
I
idea.
will, I will facilitate that. For all of you watching, if you would like to enroll in the Worldwide Prayer for Peace or the Butterfly event, please get a hold of me at the Trueness Project, truenessproject.org. And for anybody who wants to be to know more about the vision and
Yeah. VisionCSL.org is our website, and you can look us up and see what we've got going, and you can watch us online. We everything,
that's cool. How does
everything
that
we do online. Everything we do online, so you can watch from anywhere across the world.
and they have other centers around the world.
There
that
are
do-
other centers that you could go physically to, which again I like.
And
going
is your
into.
service not service? Is
A
your
celebration.
is your celebration?
Yes.
Just on Sundays?
That's the only time we do a active celebration of that way, but we do other events and stuff during the week. But
During the
that's the only thing that we have planned every week, 10 a.m. Pacific time.
And I'm curious because I attended an event there.
you did.
So, are those events planned not on Sunday?
That's correct. Yeah.
So
yeah.
they start in the evening on Sundays.
Yep.
So
they
that-
do. They do the Sunday afternoon on. Yeah, and the Sunday mornings are ours.
And at the event I was at, you guys provided a very nice buffet.
Yeah, food.
And does
yeah.
that happen every Sunday as well?
We do. Every Sunday we have a food available for our people. Community is really important, and for us, if you can get connected via prayer, a food, music, inspiration from a word, a miracle minute that says, "Hey, this works." If any of those things work for you, or a hug, if any of those things work, we're for you. come
Oh.
check it out.
Well, John, thank you so much for sharing everything, and he did share everything.
There was a lot there, yes.
There was a lot there,
There
and
was.
I know that this interview is going to help a lot of people. And please go check out Vision Center, because it is so fun. And really, if John is leading this group, it's definitely worth visiting. I had such a great time there, and I want to share with you all again. The butterfly event happening on June 28th, 2025. Please join me. You can also find out more about my books. Just Google M. Teresa Lawrence. Everything is there. But John, it has been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you for having me.
And I look forward to attending more events at the center.
And the butterfly.
Oh, yes.
June 28th. I will be a part of
Yes,
that.
yes, you will. It'll be a worldwide
Worldwide.
flutter
Yes.
and kaleidoscope.
It will.
All right, thank you so much. Take care. Thank you all for joining me.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
News, weather, and talk from KCAA, broadcasting to the Moreno Valley, Corona, and Riverside.
This segment sponsored by our radio listening post in Yucaipa. Yucaipa Farm Fresh Produce, where you can get healthy in the heart of Yucaipa. You'll find locally sourced fresh fruit, vegetables, farm eggs, honey, fresh bread, nuts, and for your sweet tooth, delicious ice cream and locally produced candy from licorice to chocolates, all to your heart's content. It's Yucaipa Farm Fresh Produce. Just